Right guys, this is a Longplay review for Blazing Thunder on the AMSTRAD CPC, released by Hi-Tec Software in 1990. And some quite nice box art there, and I'm sure that would have enticed a few of us back in the day to part with our pocket money of £2.99. Pretty decent price that. And a pretty decent budget game. I'd never played this game before until about maybe a month ago, where on one of my Amstreams or Amstrad live streams, someone requested this, and I was actually quite pleasantly surprised by it. And then a few people have requested it again, so here we are with a Longplay video. Ignore the crack tro there. This is a cracked disc dump of the game, but you would have only been able to get this on cassette back in the day. Oh, and quite a nice loading screen there. A bit Rambo meets Ikari Warriors, maybe. So this was developed by PAL Developments, with programming by Dave Thompson and graphics by Richard Morton. Now Dave, I think he was basically PAL Developments. He was most notable for Crystal Kingdom Dizzy, the full price, full colour Dizzy game, Turbo the Tortoise, Potsworth & Co, Future Bike Simulator, Hong Kong Phooey, Scooby and Scrappy-Doo, Top Cat and Yogi's Great Escape. And graphics, as you can see here, looking very nice, by Richard Morton, who also worked with Dave on Turbo the Tortoise, Hong Kong Phooey, Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo and Top Cat. So that's nice. You get before the start of level 1, you get a little scroll through the level, and you guys can see what it's going to be. So guys, remember in Ikari Warriors when you came across a tank and you could hop in it, take control and cause mayhem? Well, this is a cute budget clone of that very thing, and pretty decent it is too. In fact, Hi-Tec Software had a decent run with high quality budget games. More on them in a minute. Let's start the game off at level 1 of 5. And there we go. We've got a very nice smooth scrolling, vertically scrolling shoot 'em up based in the tank. I'll talk more on the pickups in a minute, but I think the pink P, the first one gives you 500 points and allows you to shoot more bullets. And I think the more pink P's you collect, it powers up your gun or current weapon. And the current weapon you've got there is in the bottom right corner of the screen, showing you which one it is. There's another pink P. I think this will make us have a triple shot now. And then another pink P will make that rapid fire on that triple shot as well. So the temptation here is to like rush through and blast away, which we're kind of doing, but you can quickly have your energy drained away. So watch out for sort of the guys that are stood still and ready to fire on you, and other gun emplacements or other tanks that appear, because one of their bullets and shots can really drain your energy really quickly. And the guys running on the screen, well, you can kill them pretty quickly if you're firing away like I am, especially when you've got a triple shot. The green S we just picked up there was a Superweapon Pickup. It was like a smart bomb. We've now got 4 of them. You can see that in the bottom middle of the heads-up display. Hold down the fire button to use that, and it will clear the screen of all enemies. Now, I was taking my time there to get rid of those sort of snipers stood still, ready to shoot me. And watch out for tanks coming onto the screen from the sides, because you can easily run into their path and get shot by them and drain like a quarter of your energy or so. Now there's a red C there, that should be a temporary shield, we're invulnerable, and the blue E restores our energy. And here's the boss of level 1, and he's really quickly dispatched, especially if you've got like a triple shot weapon. And that's the first level done. Backstory of the game. According to the manual, the year is 2059. Zimmerad military supremacy reigns the planet. Oh dear, grammar. But another feeble attempt to overthrow the regime is underway. Armed with the remaining pieces of miniature hardware, this is the people's final choice for freedom. Due to a freak course of events, a hole is forced upon within the time-space continuum. What is this story? Causing one of the miniaturized tanks to be sent back in time only to materialise in the midst of yet another battle. The only way to survive is to win. What a crap backstory! That is terrible. That's really rubbish. Oh well. Okay, so we picked up the best weapon in the game, which is the orangey flamey B symbol there. There's another one later in the level in case you missed it. We want to keep this weapon throughout the game. It's the best one to have. And keep collecting the pink peas to power it up. I think we're at maximum weapon power now. And what you can do, instead of like just keep holding the up direction on your keyboard or joystick, is to sort of move up bit by bit. So don't keep constantly moving forward at the maximum speed. Just sometimes just feather your approach, if you know what I mean. Oh, there's a bonus life there, a 1-up symbol. Now I've got 4 lives. I've got 4 sort of Rambos there, you can see there in the bottom left corner. Nice energy pickup right before the boss battle. The first 2 bosses are really, really easy. But bear in mind, the energy you have carries over to the next level. So now we're on level 3 of 5. But we dispatched him pretty quickly, and we've pretty much got full health and stuff. Thankfully, there's an energy pickup there. Nice. So yeah, this is from Hi-Tec Software. They appeared on the scene around 1990. And within the space of less than 3 years, produced or re-released nearly 30 titles on the Amstrad, all of which were at least above average. They had very high quality control for a budget software house, to give them their credit. But very little can actually be found about their existence and story on the internet, sadly. I literally cannot find anything. They don't even have a Wikipedia page, which is a shame because they actually had some really good games. I think the last one they did was Turbo the Tortoise, and then went bust just after releasing the game, and that's when Codemasters took it on and released it on their own. And Turbo the Tortoise, really, really good game that. It was meant to be the Amstrad's answer to Sonic the Hedgehog, but it really wasn't, but it's still a decent platformer. Check out the Longplay review video on my channel after this. I should point out there's a cheat mode on this game. On the title screen, hold down the keys I, C and E and the border should flash white, but you may have trouble doing that on an emulator, so probably only on real hardware that will work. Let's talk about other versions of the game very quickly. The ZX Spectrum version plays pretty much identically. It probably shares the same base Z80 code. It's very, very slightly faster. However, the graphics are nowhere near as good as the Amstrads here, and the sound effects is pretty naff using the specky beeper and buzzum for the sound effects. And when we get to the ending, it has the same ending as the Amstrad version. So here on this boss battle here, there's a little god spot here where you can't get hit. Find that little sweet spot on probably most of the bosses and easily free. Just need to know where it is. Commodore 64 version, it actually has some decent music on the title screen and jingles between and at the start of every level, but it has a weird sort of widescreen stretch look to the playing area, but it's the same height as the CPC and Specky versions. It could have done with more height than width, but it helps the game not feel so squashed and cramped, because it does a bit here on the Amstrad and Specky. And the graphics are decent on the C64, but not as good as the CPCs. And the sound effects is actually pretty much on a par with the CPC version too. So the SID chip doesn't win out this time, but I'd say they're about equal. It's nice, fast and smooth. Probably plays the best, and the larger playing area really helps matters. But it does not look anywhere near as good as the CPC version. And it doesn't really have an ending, just some text. But this also appeared on the Amiga and Atari ST, guys. The Amiga has a slightly different look and layout, with mid-level bosses and other things not in the 8-bit versions. Like your Rambo guy actually sticks out the top of the tank. You can actually see him stood out the top. He has a cool animated intro, actually, but as an Amiga owner, you'd feel it's rather basic. If only But if you'd only paid a few quid for it, it's actually quite a decent budget title. And the Atari ST, same as the Amiga, but with poorer sound effects. But let's just talk about the Amstrad version, which is what we're here for. So, yeah, really nice, smooth horizontal scrolling, a pretty decent frame rate, no real slowdown on the enemies, perhaps until like a big boss appears. There's mines there to avoid. Really lovely, colourful graphics, really decent sound effects, plenty of shooty and explosion noises that are pretty good. Oh, the black L there's another pickup there. I actually forgot what that is. I don't think you want it. I think it changes the weapon to something not particularly good. Oops, I perhaps should check that out before recording this commentary. Certainly Amstrad doesn't have any music like the Specky version, but you know, I can live without that when it has decent sound effects in game. Oh, that's a flamethrower there, which is pretty similar to what we've got, but it has a smaller range and is not as good. Now I need to find the God spot here. Holding down the fire button to use the smart bomb to blow away the gun emplacements, and here the helicopter can't hit us. So it's really nice to have end of level bosses. It's kind of like it is kind of like a full price game squeezed down into budget format, and I think they've done pretty well with it. And yeah, I believe this is the final level. There's only 5 levels, I'm pretty sure. But guys, this is actually quite a tough game. Oh, I had no choice there to pick up that weapon. It's literally in the way, you can't get around it. It's still okay, the triple shot, but you want that fireball weapon. So quite a short game, but this is really tough. It's very, very easy for your energy to be drained, especially there. So you've got to take this very careful. Oh god, still got hit there. A little bit of animation there on the pillars there. That's nice. Oh, thank God we've got the flame weapon back. And as for review scores at the time, well, I've checked all of the Amstrad Action magazine issues for 1990 and even January 1991, but there was no review of this game. Amstrad Action at the time still rarely reviewed budget games, which is kind of strange, because there seems to be at times certain issues very little game coverage. But as for my score, guys, well, this is a decent budget game, and one of the better produced ones, and it's pretty decent, fun, lasting action. Quite surprised how decent this was. But then again, I'm not surprised, it's from Hi-Tec. They were pretty good themselves, generally. So, as a review score, guys, because we're getting towards the end, I'll give this a 8 out of 10. But if you compare it to like full price games, maybe knock it down to a 7.5 out of 10. But for a budget game, a very, very solid 8 out of 10. Think about the general quality of budget games. Maybe this actually probably deserves an 8.5 out of 10 for a budget game score. 7.5 if you compare it to full price games. Yeah, okay, I'll go with an 8.5 out of 10 as purely a budget game and compare it to other budget games, if that makes sense. There we go. Have I got anything else to mention? Probably not, but nice animation there on the water. That's a nice touch. Just about scraped through and got that energy pickup. I don't think I need that pink P. It's just going to give us points. There's another one there to power up the weapon. It's already at maximum power. And here's the final boss. So I'm just utching my way on. And if you get to this corner here, use the smart bomb to destroy the gun emplacements and just fire away at this angle here. He may hit you occasionally, but otherwise he's quite an easy boss. Giant robot thing to destroy there. Generic giant robot. And there we go. That is the game completed. Do we get an ending? We just get a congratulations screen. You have completed Blazing Thunder. Well done. And there we go, guys. That is Blazing Thunder on the AMSTRAD CPC. A really nice little budget game. I'm a little bit sad I never encountered this as a kid, because I probably would have been very happy spending my pocket money on this. £2.99. There you go, in 1990. That's pretty decent value when a lot of budget games around that time were about £3.99. So that's even better. Maybe the Commodore 64 version is the one to go for on the 8-bits, but I think the Amstrad version just looks better and feels better. So there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again soon.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click a like below, leave a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And over that way, there's another video for you to check out. Zypho, out.